Hello there, I hope you are having a great week. Today I'm going to create an unusual shaker card because I'm going to use some flower and leaf dies to create a shaker frame that is also going to be a part of the scene. So stay tuned and I'll show you how it's done. To start with, I'll need a card base 4¼ by 5½ inches, and I will also need a panel of the same size, cut out of white cardstock. I will also be using a bunch of floral dies by Gummiapan to create my whimsical garden scene. Those fancy graphic images are just perfect for this purpose. I'm starting with this large leaf die. I'm placing it in the corner of my panel and I'm leaving about 1/4 inch space between the die and the edges of the cardstock. That is to create a frame. I've sent it through the die cut machine and now I'm removing all those small negative pieces, and I'm setting the die cut aside because I'm going to need it later. And now I'm switching to this tree-shaped die, and again I'm placing it at about 1/4 inch from the edge of the cardstock. Then again I'm removing the negative pieces. The tools and supplies I'm using for this project are listed on my blog as well as in the description. To create the ground, I'm also going to use a flower die. The scene is quite abstract, so it's going to work fine. This flower has a long stem and I don't want it to cut all the way through the panel, so I'm leaving a space again about 1/4 inch hanging off the edge of the plate, and this way it's not going to cut in this area. I'm using a craft knife to cut the end of the stem, and this way I can release the die cut from the panel. And again I'm setting it aside. When I'm positioning the next die, I'm also making sure that it goes behind the frame so that it won't cut through in that area. I keep on placing the dies in this manner until my frame is complete. This time, to create my shaker card, I'll be using vellum instead of acetate. So I'm flipping over the frame and I'm applying some double-sided adhesive at the wrong side. For more intricate areas, I'm going to switch to my 1/8 inch Scor-Tape. I'm applying it all around the frame and then I'm going to stick down the piece of vellum. Before I attach all the flower die cuts back into the frame, I'm going to color them using black Soot Distress ink. For this type of intricate die cuts, dabbing works better than dragging because it prevents them from deforming. I'm going to use liquid glue to attach all the die cuts, and this is how I fill my bottle with glue. I'm removing the plastic nib and then I'm filling it in with the Scotch tacky glue this time. Then I'm placing back the plastic nib followed by the metal nib. And it's ready to go. I just cannot do without this little bottle. I'm using it for absolutely every project that I make. So I'm applying the glue onto the die cuts with the tiny dots, and then I'm going to place it back into the frame right where it belongs. I'm holding the die cut down with an acrylic block until the glue dries. It's quick drying, so it's not a problem at all. Then I'm going to repeat this process with all the other die cuts, and by the way, you can place them back into the frame in any order. They fit in just like a puzzle. The next step is stamping a sentiment. I'm placing my panel inside the stamping platform, and the phrase I'm going to use is "Make a Wish." It's from the stamp set by Poppy Stamps. The ink I'm using for stamping is Jet Black Archival ink by Ranger. It actually stamped quite well from the first time. To finish off my scene, I'm going to add this Doodle Butterfly. It's also by Gummiapan. I'm applying the glue only in the middle of the die cut, and then I'm also attaching the body of the butterfly right on top of the vellum. I have already applied some mounting tape at the wrong side of the frame, and now I'm going to fill it in with sequins. I'm using some silver sequins as well as the black ones. They are all by Cat Scrappiness. When all the sequins are added inside, I'm going to peel off the backing carefully, and then I'm going to cover up the frame with the card base. I just have to make sure the corners and the edges are aligned. As a last finishing touch, I'm going to stick down some clear droplets right on top of my card front, and my card is finished. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you had fun. I'll be back quite soon with another tutorial, and I hope to see you again.